Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I am going to be talking about makeup products that I really like the idea of. I like them in theory, but I don't use them so much in my day-to-day life. They're not really ideal for me in practice. And I feel like a lot of us get caught up in the hype of things and think things sound really exciting, and then we buy them and then we realize we don't use them. So I hope this video helps you maybe acknowledge your own preferences and helps you save some money. With that said, let's get started. So I have glasses and hair up today because I am a little tired, but I still wanted to try and film something and bring you content. Here we are. And I also want to say before I get started, I am going to link all of the products below. Some of the products are going to be affiliate links, which would mean I get a small commission, and it does not cost you any extra, but if you use my links, I appreciate you supporting this channel. So the first type of product that I like in theory, but not really in my daily makeup practice, is a plumping lip gloss. This was a recent Ipsy item, the Buxom Plump Shot in Dolly Babe, and I am wearing it right now, and the burn has faded, but I do not like burning plumping lip glosses because it feels like when I have an allergic reaction to a lip products, and I do have sensitivity to like beeswax and certain things in lip products, and like the NYX butter glosses, I know those are not supposed to give most people a burning sensation. My lips are on fire with butter glosses, Burt's Bees chapstick. Like there are certain lip products that just set my mouth on fire, and it's not fun. And these products remind me of that, and it's not enjoyable. I don't like feeling like I'm having an allergic reaction. This though does calm down, like it's not burning anymore. So I know it's not an allergic reaction because it doesn't continue to get worse. It calms down, but in theory, I like the idea of something shiny and that makes your lips more juicy and plump, but I just don't really enjoy it in day-to-day, and I don't really reach for it that much. The next type of product that I appreciate and think is cool in theory but doesn't really work for me is split pan products. This is the Chiclet Blush Duo from Samantha March and Ofra. I think it's a gorgeous product. It's got a shimmery blush and a matte blush. I just swirl them together. Even with like split eyeshadows, split anything, I need like a separation of pan in order to properly use them as separate products, because I end up mixing them to at least some degree, and it seems like a good value, like you're getting two products for the price of one, but for me, I'm really just getting one product that mixes inconsistently, so it's not giving me the same result every time, even from cheek to cheek or eyelid to eyelid, whatever it may be. So these, just with the way I use my brushes and apply my makeup, split pans are not something that works in practice, as beautiful as they are. But they may work for you, and if so, that is great. Sticking with cheek products, another thing that I love in theory, but don't really use in my day-to-day makeup, is face palettes. I have a whole display on my desk of my face palettes all set up in this organizer so I can see them and try and use them more often, but I don't really use them that often. Here I have a 3-in-1 blush, bronzer, and highlight that I do think is great for travel, but in day-to-day, I like to pick my individual shades. I don't want them already curated for me because I like to constantly switch them up. So day-to-day, I'm not going to reach for something like this. And as far as like the Noctilucent All Highlighter Palette, I do reach for this. You can see it's used, but I'm more likely to reach for a single highlight and forget this is right in front of my face. Same with blush. This is the Likely Makeup Clown Blush Palette. Likely Makeup, I have their fairy blush and their clown blush. These are such great underrated blush, colorful blush palettes, but I just forget about them. Like the other day I did a yellow blush look. I forgot to even reach for this because I more so think about my singles for some reason. I'm just a single face product kind of girl, and I need to start facing that and maybe stop spending money on face palettes, and that's okay because I'm just getting to know my makeup preferences. The last two items that I love in theory, but I don't reach for very often are particular types of eyeshadow palettes. The first one is quads. I think quads are so cute, so pretty. Like this to me looks freaking gorgeous. This is the Color Boss Squad in Game Changer from Il Makiage. I got this in an Ipsy a while back, and I think the formula is great. The colors are really pretty. I genuinely enjoy this quad, but I've only used it a couple of times because I just don't reach for small palettes like this very often. Like I like to really just create things that are different pretty much every time I do my makeup. I hardly ever repeat looks, and I feel like quads are really good for those repeat everyday tried and true looks. Not so much for my all over the place colorful but natural makeup style. The last type of product that, again, in theory, I love it. I think it's so cool, and I know so many of you out there love this type of product, but it's just not ideal for me, is all matte palettes. Like I have a mini all matte palette from Colored Rain. It is gorgeous. It is like grungy fall tones. I've actually traveled with this. It is a great companion travel palette, but I love shimmery shades so much. I don't know if you can see like my shiny lids. I've gotta have some shine on my lids, and so all matte palettes to me are not standalone palettes, and I'm only going to use them in addition to something shiny, and so they're not my most reached for or most used for. And I've realized that I don't really love an all matte palette as much as I love a palette with something shiny in it. The next example I have is the Blends palette. I also don't love super big palettes, I've realized, but like all of these mattes look basically untouched. I have used them, but I've used them so infrequently because this is something that I pull out as a companion, not for looks on its own. Don't come for me. I love Blend Bunny. I have several other Blend Bunny palettes. I know the Blends is iconic and loved by many, many people. I'm just not a super matte eyeshadow girly. I love the shiny, shimmery sparkle. So I've realized that all matte palettes are not my preference, and that's okay. I'd love to hear what your guys's preferences are, what you guys have realized you like the idea of and you buy a lot of it, and then you realize, wait, I don't actually like using this in my routine. Leave the comments down below. Let's have a conversation, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you've not already. I will see you guys next time. Bye!